Apparently, our government has technology that can manipulate and control space-time.
But we are capable of so much more. Our technologies permit us to manipulate time and space. They leave distance annihilated, cause things to grow, and improve productivity.
You may fire when ready.
What?
What are we talking about? All right, so I've actually done a video about this before. This is recovered Tesla technology that they have figured out and they realize actually works. It's cross-beam scalar weapon technology. It's electromagnetic field technology that uses the electromagnetic field of the Earth itself, and it resonates either through the Earth or off the Van Allen belt, and it creates X points. These are advanced radar systems. Let me show you.
There's a system known as ELF, extra low frequency. It's also a massive antenna that's embedded in the ice there. When I arrived to the facility as a tradesman and firefighter, I was read into how everything worked, because I needed for the safety of my crew to be able to battle fires and engage things appropriately. And at the onset, I was told that the ELF system is off. It's defunct, it's disabled, it is just sitting dead in the ice. But through my need to make an additional repair on something else and tracing back to a sub-panel, I was finding the circuit that I needed to lock out, tag out, and do all the safe repairs. But then I noticed that this other breaker that was supposed to be off was in the on position, and it was listed as the ELF. And I ran it up my chain. I said, what's going on here? I said, this is supposed to be off. I was told it's off now. And I was just given a hard, it's on. And that was the end of my need to know.
Now, this characteristic makes it ideal to use in firing slugs of electromagnetic energy, what are called electromagnetic missiles, against a distant target, even one that is thousands of miles away from the emitter. Using several simple schemes, particularly pumped four-wave mixing, extremely large amplification of the time-reversed wave can be cheaply and readily accomplished. A startling weapons capability therefore emerges when amplified TR waves are generated in response to the received weak signals from a distant target. First, if any signal at all can be received from that distant target, a return time-reversed signal of extreme power can be delivered directly to that target. Almost all of the transmitted time-reversed wave energy will arrive at and in that distant target, even through a highly nonlinear medium or under scattering conditions. Hardly any of the energy will be lost en route. If the target is fast-moving, a lead correction signal can be calculated and added to steer the return path. Second, real-time holography can readily be accomplished using time-reversed waves and without first making holograms. In addition, by using pumped four-wave mixing, as much energy as one desires can be placed into the distant hologram, including even negative energy, which cancels an equal amount of positive energy. Powerful geometrical forms, balls, shapes, hemispherical shells, and so forth, of electromagnetic energy can be created at a distance quite readily by interferometry or crossed beam techniques using time-reversed waves. Since the TR wave carriers do not disperse with distance, these interference energy forms can be assembled by crossing TR wave beams at great distances, even at thousands of miles.
So imagine that the electromagnetic field of the Earth itself is like a radio frequency. It's literally just like a wave, an invisible wave of energy traveling through the Earth and throughout space-time. And imagine a piece of technology that could take that wave and resonate it at a certain frequency to the point that you could pick a point on that wave and actually crack it like a whip. So you create like an invisible wire of energy to a particular point, and then you cross another radar signal into that wave, or back into itself like a scalar weapon. And that wave, where it crosses itself, cracks like a whip, and it creates not only holograms, these are real holograms like balls of light. They could create fake UFOs, Project Bluebeam type stuff where you see lights and orbs in the sky moving around that are really just balls of radio frequency plasma in the air that they can steer around and fly around. But also they can crack that energy like a whip and use it like a weapon. The scalar energy is like using the fabric of reality itself and ricocheting it back off of itself so that it implodes or explodes back into just raw energy. So we're talking about, yes, like actually rippling time back against itself to erase a section of the hard drive. So we're talking about deleting parts of reality in the matrix. It's spooky shit. We're living on the Death Star now.